Hello. I have a remote. I don't trust it though. I would hate to teach this whole hour and then realize that it was never on. So, happy Cinco de Mayo. You want to join me with a margarita? Yoga and margaritas. I'm totally kidding. This is just my salted lemon water. Tastes just as good as a margarita. Anyway, I'll get my buzz from my yoga today. So find a nice, comfortable seat. We're going to take a vinyasa class. My playlist is attached. I'm going to start that music in just a minute. So if you want to get your music source close, see if we can just find a comfortable yet aware seat. So sitting up nice and tall through the spine, allowing your chest to rise, kind of rooting down through your hips, through your glutes. And just take a minute to see if you can let that external start to just fade away. Let's use this time on our mat today just as an opportunity to reimagine this world that we are living in. Kind of what positives can we take away from the experience? And then just begin to fill up with that nice full breath all the way up into the collarbones. Open your mouth and press it out. If you're feeling extra anxious today, I invite you to take a couple more rounds just like that, in through the nose, out through the mouth. When you start to feel the benefit of that, allow your lips to seal, close your eyes, deepen your breath, and find your way to that ujjayi breathing. In and out through the nose. Once you begin your ujjayi, maybe just go ahead and start your playlist right along with me. Take a few moments here just to breathe. Next, inhale, circle the arms up overhead. Open the eyes, press the palms together. And then exhale, seal it in, hands to heart center. Inhale, circle the arms up. And exhale, bring it in, hands to heart center. See if we can cultivate some energy that we can send out to those who need it most today. Inhale, circle, reach. And exhale, pull it all into that heart center. One more time, inhale, circle. Exhale, seal it in. Just a moment to pause. Sit a little taller, maybe close those eyes again, tuck the chin. And when you're ready, find your way to tabletop, onto those hands and knees at the front of your mat. We're just going to connect with this breathing with cats and cows. So as you inhale, lift your chin, drop your belly, lift your tailbone. And as you exhale, tuck and round it out like a Halloween cat. Inhale into that cow pose. Exhale into cat. Pull that belly button up in towards your rib cage behind you. And inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin. Take a few more rounds. Let this be organic. There's no really right or wrong here. You can just add some different movements if you want, or stick with cats and cows. Maybe you kind of corkscrew your rib cage or sway the hips. Maybe it's the neck that needs a stretch, lifting and lowering that chin towards your chest. And when you're ready, we're just going to tuck the toes and lift the hips. Find that first downward facing dog. Go ahead and walk it out. Come
back to that awareness in your breathing, that nice, big, abundant breath in and out through the nose. So as you find your way to that neutral space in down dog, I'm going to dropping the heels toward the floor. I want you to grip into your fingertips like you're pulling the mat, ripping the mat. And then press the heels of your hands toward the front of the room. Grip through the fingertips, press through the heels of the hands, drop your heart, breathe. When you're ready, start to walk your feet to the front of your mat. Take a half lift when you get there, and then go ahead and fold back in. Feet can be a little wide, like about hip distance apart, just so you feel really stable here. A little sway from side to side. Let's just get a nice shoulder stretch. We're going to do a lot of vinyasas today, so let's be nice to our shoulders. Go ahead and clasp the hands behind your low back in this forward fold. Lengthen through your torso, and then go ahead and fold back in. Knees can be soft. Reach your hands away from your low back. Deep breath in and out. Put a deep bend in that left knee, keeping the bind behind you. Pull your right shoulder open. That right leg is straight. It's like an open twist, but we're keeping that bind. Right shoulder pulls open, lift your gaze. Exhale back through center. And inhale, take it to the other side. That left shoulder pulls open, right knee bends deeply. Pull the shoulders away from your ears. Open up your collarbone. Come back through center, fold in a little deeper. Go ahead and bring the fingertips to the floor. Lift halfway, lengthen your body. And then exhale, plant the hands. We're going to step back and lower all the way to the belly. Keep your palms where they are. Lift the heart, cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, raise the hips. Downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. Lift the right leg high, bend the knee, open the hip. We're just going to turn that right ankle in one direction and then the other. Getting those little spaces in the body. Lift the lifted leg, straighten it, and then step forward. Find a low lunge. Drop your back knee. Come on to the top of that back foot and reach your arms up overhead. See if you can press the palms together. Let your biceps be like earmuffs pressing into your ears. Drowning out my voice. Pull the belly in. See how that allows your heart to lift. And exhale, plant the hands. Step it back. Take a vinyasa, maybe coming halfway down or all the way. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We always meet in down dog. You choose the route. Lift the left leg high, open the hip, turn that ankle. Other direction. Straighten the leg and then step forward as you exhale. Drop the knee. Inhale, crescent moon. Lift. Biceps become earmuffs. Belly pulls in, heart lifts. Exhale, plant the hands. Step it back. Halfway or all the way down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. You choose the route. Down dog is our meeting point. 2 more rounds of breath here. Creating this first flow. When you're ready, step, hop, or float to the front of your mat. Half lift when you get there. And exhale, fold back in. Inhale, rise up. Reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up, maybe a back bend. And then exhale, fold. Half lift. Plant the hands, step or hop it back, halfway or all the way to up dog, to downward facing dog. Lift that right leg high, open the hip. Straighten the leg as you inhale. Exhale, step forward. Drop the knee. Rise up, crescent moon. This time let's hook the thumbs and find that side bend to the right. Inhale through center, lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. You choose the route. Everything can be modified or intensified. Find your way to down dog. Lift the left leg high, open the hip. Straighten the leg, step forward. Crescent moon, inhale, rise. Hook those thumbs. Exhale to the left, side bend, open the ribs. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. Find your way back. Downward facing dog. I want you to choose wisely your routes according to what you need today on your mat. 3 breaths. This is your flow. If you're ready and you want to go on your own, just finishing this way through this song. When you're ready, step, hop or float. Forward fold, half lift, lower. Rise up, reach up, look up. Seal it in, hands to heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fall. Lengthen the torso, plant the hands, step or hop, choose your route. Down dog is our meeting point, and right leg lifts. Open the hip, step forward, crescent moon. Take that side bend to the right. Back through center, vinyasa. Meet in down dog, and take it on the left. Left leg lifts, open hip, step forward, crescent moon. Side bend. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step back. Your vinyasa or downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Go ahead and lift your right leg high. We're going to step the right foot in between the hands. Pivot and plant your back heel and rise up to warrior 1. So I want you to press in to the center of that back heel. Deepen the lunge, square your hips. Arms reach. Press your palms together overhead. Bend the elbows, point them toward the sky. Pull your belly in, feel your heart lift. Straighten your arms as you inhale. Exhale, clasp them behind your back. Pull your heart open. And exhale, fall forward. Nice shoulder stretch again. Feel your right shoulder snuggle up against the inside of your right thigh. Take an inhale. Find your lunge, fingertips to the floor. And exhale, plant the hands, take your route to downward facing dog. Doesn't have to look the same every time either. Lift that left leg high. Step your left foot forward, pivot and plant your back heel. Rise up, warrior 1. Press those palms together, square the hips. Exhale, bend the elbows, thumbs behind your head. Tricep stretch. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, clasp behind. Pull the heart open. Humble warrior. Let that left shoulder snuggle up inside that left inner thigh. Inhale, lunge, lift the back heel. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. Vinyasa or downward facing dog. Come onto your tippy toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or hop to the front of your mat. Half lift when you get there. Fold in, chest to thighs. Creating a second flow here. Finding our way to Utkatasana. Bend the knees, sink the hips. Raise the arms. So whether those toes are touching or feet are slightly apart, I want you to fire up those feet like you're trying to tear your mat in half from right to left. So really fired up. Engage those inner thighs. Feel your glutes. Say good morning. Welcome to Cinco De Mayo. Sink your hips. Reach arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Hook and twist to the right. Inhale, back through center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, chair. Still engaging, still ripping that mat in half. Fire up those muscles. Exhale, straighten the legs, fold forward. Half lift. Plant the hands, step back, choose your route. Meet me in down dog. The end of your exhale to down dog, I just want you to step your right foot forward. Kind of that Ashtanga version, getting to warrior one. Plant your back heel, lunge, reach. Bend the elbows as you exhale. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, clasp the hands behind you. Inhale, lift the heart. Humble warrior, fall in. Hands to the mat, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, vinyasa. You got this. From down dog, immediately step that left foot forward. Rise up with your inhale, warrior one. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale, extend. Clasp the hands. Open the heart. Humble warrior, fall in. Find your lunge, inhale. Exhale, vinyasa. To that left side. Pause. Take a few rounds of breath. Come back to that supported, abundant breath. Take it on your own if you're ready. When you're ready, step, hop, or float. Find your way back to chair at the front of your mat. Really engage. Pull that mat apart. Hands to heart, hook and twist. Back through center with an inhale. Take it to the left. Chair pose, fold forward. Half lift, vinyasa. From that down dog, just step your right foot forward, warrior one. Woo, getting warm now, guys. Move with your breath. Ujjayi. Choose your route. Down dog, left foot steps. Warrior one. 2 ways to get into those shoulders here. Lots of vinyasas. From that left side, pause. When you're ready, find chair. Prayer twist right to left. You guys got this. Right into that warrior one. It's our last time through. Find that left side. Meet me in down dog. Take a few rounds of breath. Grip through your fingers, press through the heels of your hands. Step, hop, or float. Come back to chair, front of your mat. Once you find your way to chair, heel toe those feet at least hip distance apart. I'm going to face you so you can see what I'm doing. Bring your hands to heart center. So we're kind of in this squat. Shift your weight back into your heels.
slightly lift your toes. So we're just gonna hang here. I want you to take those toes, lift them up, press them out to the right. Bring them back in through center, back out to the right. Keep your weight back. Shift your feet out and in. Hands can be at heart so that our chest can stay lifted, our spine can stay tall. Out and in. Remind yourself to breathe. And yep, this one will wake you up. Woo! If you fall out, come back for 10. 9. No rush to get anywhere. 8. Stay low. 7. Keep your weight back. 6. Woo! Last 5. Are you feeling it? 4. I know I am. Last 3. Keep those hips low. Last 2. Last 1. Legs are shaking. Point those toes forward, hands to heart. Slow and controlled. Come all the way down onto your butt. And we're gonna find boat pose. So maybe start, lift those legs, grab the backs of your thighs. Point your toes. This is choice 1, or hands here. Choice 2, reach those fingertips towards your toes, lift through the heart. Choice 3, straighten the legs, woo! Maybe they're shaking and that's okay. Pull that belly in, lift through the heart, breathe here. Come back to a supported, abundant Ujjayi breath. Squeeze your inner thighs together, halfway down. Lift and lower. If you can keep those legs straight, keep them straight. Lift and lower. Boat to half boat. Keep going. You can always use your hands behind you or bend those knees. Last 3, 2, last 1. Hold at the bottom. Hold, low boat, hold, squeeze. One more time, lift, boat pose. See if you can find that full expression, maybe just for a breath. Not sure if you guys can see it, but my legs are shaking, so if yours are, it's okay. Halfway down, hold. And collapse. Whew. Let it go. Take one hand to your heart and one to your belly. A few cleansing breaths. Again, when you feel the results of those releasing breaths, find your way back to Ujjayi. Maybe you feel that heart beating under the protection of your rib cage. Plant your feet, hip distance, drop your arms beside you, and lift through the hips. Just a nice stretch through the core. Maybe clasp the hands, tuck the shoulders, lift the chin away from the chest. Go ahead and drop the hips. Take the feet a little wider and just windshield wiper those knees right to left. When you're ready, any route to get there, we'll meet in downward facing dog again. You choose the way. Press through your heels. Grip through your fingertips, press through the heels of your hands. Pull the belly in and breathe. Lift your right leg high, take an inhale.
Exhale, right knee to right tricep, and inhale, we'll lift it up. Exhale, cross it under left tricep. Inhale, extend. Exhale, step forward. Drop the back heel. Inhale, warrior two. Arms to a T. So our hips shift toward the long edge of our mat. Your heel should pretty much line up to the arch of your foot behind you. Again, press down through the center of that back heel. Deepen into your front lunge. Inhale, turn your right palm up and reverse your warrior. Create space through that rib cage to the side body. Don't lose the lunge. Inhale, straighten the leg, arms to a T. Exhale, triangle pose. Stack the shoulders, lift the gaze. Maybe look down first. Stabilize the legs. And inhale, rise. Star pose. Toes out, heels in. Buddha squat. Bring those hands to heart to start. And just a little pulse. Up and down in this Buddha squat. When you find your low point, settle into it. Pause there. Lift your toes. Press into the heels of your feet. Feel your arches rise away from the mat. Bring those hands behind your head. Point them out to the sides. Take an inhale, lift through the heart. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. It doesn't have to touch. Inhale, lift. Stay with the right. Exhale, inhale, lift. Just for 5. That's 3, 2. Last one. And inhale, star pose. Adjust your feet. Toes point forward. Hinge from the hips. Forward fold. Bring your palms to the floor. Adjust your feet. Half lift, lengthen through your torso. And then fold a little deeper. So option to play here to headstand, forearm stand, wherever you want to take it, or just hang out here with me and enjoy the stretch. Half lift, lengthen. We're going to walk our hands to the back of the mat, cupcake hand, to dragonfly twist. Really open the heart toward the sky. Use the strength of your legs here. Plant the palm into the floor and go into that side plank pose. Any version. Bind the toes, stack the feet, stagger, tree leg, wherever you want to go. Lift through the hips. Bring that left foot to the front of the mat with an exhale. As you inhale, rise up. Half moon pose. Stack your joints. Maybe float. Have a little fun with your flow today. When you're ready, plant your hands. Step back. Take your route to downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. This is our flow, guys. Left knee to left tricep. Inhale, extend. Cross it under. Three-legged dog. Step forward. Plant your back heel. Inhale, rise, warrior two. Exhale, sink into it. Inhale, reverse. Straighten the leg. Triangle pose. Take a full breath here. Exhale, stabilize. Inhale, star. To Buddha squat. Lift and lower. Find your sweet spot, that low point. When you do, lift your toes. Press into the centers of your feet. Take it to the left for 5. Inhale, lift. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Star pose. Adjust the feet, forward fold. So if you're feeling playful today, Here's an option. Bring your hands out past the edge of your mat. Come onto your tippy toes like a ballerina. 3 little hops here. Hop, hop, hop. Walk your hands to the front of your mat. Cupcake hand, dragonfly twist. To side plank pose, your version. Step it forward. Half moon pose. Maybe float or bind, whatever you need. Plant the hands, find your way back. Downward facing dog. When you need a break, find your breath. When you're ready, facing the front, right leg lifts. Need a tricep. Move with your breath, cross it under. Warrior 2. Reverse. Triangle pose. Star. To Buddha. Find your low point. Lift your toes. Clasp your hands and crunch to the right for 5. Last 2. Last 1. Star. Forward fold. Be playful. Where do you want to go from here, guys? This is your space to play. With those hops, who knows? Maybe we find a handstand, like a float. Maybe not. Dragonfly twist to the back. Side plank pose. Step it forward. Half moon. Vinyasa. No right or wrong way to get to that down dog. Find what you need today. When you're ready, left leg lifts. Need a tricep. Lift. Cross. Lift. Warrior 2. Reverse. Triangle. Star. To Buddha squat. Lift those toes, take it to the left. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend and fold. Find what you need. Woo! Almost there. Dragonfly to the front. Side plank. To half moon. This is yours. We're back on that right side. Take it. One last song to flow, guys. I'm just gonna breathe and let you take this on your own. Add what you need, take out what you don't want. Maybe sometimes you can pause in that fold and just enjoy the stretch. When you're ready, change directions. Abundant breath. Get stronger just by trying, guys. Last time through. Right and left side. Find something new as you come through those same poses over and over. Finish this left side. Meet me in child's pose. Take your time. Almost got it that time. If you finish that last side, child's pose. Maybe grab a drink. Try not to think too much about the outcome of your effort. Instead, just focus on the persistence of your breath. All right, you guys. Child's pose, meet me there if you're not already. Maybe a little shot of margarita. Haha. Okay. Whew. Just allow yourself to come back here. Child's pose. And then we're going to find our way into a tabletop on our forearms. So as you rise up, find your forearms, lift your hips, and we're going to take those knees about hip distance apart, elbows shoulder distance. And just begin some cats and cows here on your forearms. So inhale to cow, lift the chin, the tailbone, drop the belly. Exhale, tuck and round. Take a few rounds like this. Take this time to catch your breath, to lower the heart rate. So next time you come to that cat pose, rounding out the back, tucking the chin, hold that posture. Keep that cat back and tuck your toes and lift your hips. You're gonna find dolphin pose. So as you come into that dolphin pose, you may notice that your body wants to go back into that cow feeling in your back. So work to keep the roundness through your back, like that cat posture. So if you need to come back to that cat pose, be a little more aware of it, and then tuck the toes dolphin. So just stay here, or just flirt with the posture, be a little playful, maybe lift a leg, add a hop, keep rounding out that back. Notice if that changes anything. Press your forearms into the floor. Don't just stick with the same leg, make sure you switch. Maybe you find that forearm stand today. Maybe you just kind of play with it, or maybe you stay in dolphin pose. and just work on keeping that upper back rounded out in that posture. Notice your tendencies. Give yourself just a few more breaths in dolphin or forearm stand. Eventually make your way back to child's pose. Again, don't focus on where that took you. Just be joyful of the effort. We get stronger just by trying. So in this child's pose, bring the palms together like we did in that warrior one at the front of class, the beginning. Bend the elbows, bring the thumbs to the back of the neck, back of the head. And then I want you to make this really active to get that tricep stretch. Kind of press your elbows into the floor, into your mat, and drag them back towards your kneecaps. Woo, you should feel really deep stretch there. Breathe into that space. Pull your belly in. Keep it active. Release the hands. You choose the route. Find your way back to a downward facing dog. That's where we'll meet. Step your right foot forward and drop your back knee. So I want you to bring your hands onto that right thigh and lift your heart. We're back in like that crescent moon, that low lunge. So I want you to just kind of bounce your way in and out of this pose, a little pulse. So I want you to feel most of this strength of this posture, the stretch of this pose in that left upper thigh, not so much into this right lunging knee. If you're wobbly like me because your legs are tired, kind of heel toe that right foot out a little bit. So I want you to kind of work your way in and out till you find that sweet spot where you're getting what you need out of it. You're not lunging too far forward, but you're also not missing the experience of the pose. Just a few more breaths. All right, we're going to add in a quad stretch here. So bend the knee behind you. If this hurts your knee, you might want to place a towel or fold your mat over. Bend your knee, reach for that foot with both hands if you can. Really deep quad stretch here. So if this is too much, you can always bring that left hand down and just open up the right shoulder. Find the quad stretch there. We don't have to take the same route to get to the same place. So find what works for you. Keep your heart lifted. Breathe into the spaces that are sticky, that feel tight. Okay, release the foot. We're going to come to a seated half splits, but listen. I know a lot of people like to just drop all the way back onto your heel. I want you to send your hips back just until your hips are over your knee. Then lengthen the leg out in front of you. Lengthen the torso, and then fall forward. And breathe. So, depending on if you're feeling playful today, a few options to get to the lunge on the other side. You can just kind of step back to down dog and then bring the left foot forward. Or you can plant that right foot and take a little lunge hop, and we'll find the other side. Or if you're feeling even more playful, you can kind of plant that right foot, bring the hands to the mat, and a little switch kick. And if that felt good, take a few. Eventually, that left foot comes forward, drop the back knee, find your lunge on this side. Little pulse in and out of the posture so you can find that sweet spot. Don't hold back from the experience, but also not pushing too far, not lunging too deep, so that you're keeping the pressure out of that front knee, feeling the strength and stretch in that right upper thigh. Let's go ahead and add that quad stretch. It's going to be different on this side, so maybe start by just bending the knee, reaching with both hands. And if it ends up being too much on this side, dropping that right hand, just using the left hand for the stretch. Find some stability. Use that nice, abundant Ujjayi breath to settle in. Go ahead and release the foot. We're going to find that seated half splits. Again, just send the hips back until they're over your knee. Lengthen the leg in front of you. Take an inhale to lengthen the torso. And exhale to fold in and find your stretch. So we are going to find our way to down dog, but just to even out our sides, do what you did on that right side. So if you added the switch kick or the switch lunge, go ahead and take it on this side as well. And if it feels good, take a few of those switch kicks. Maybe finding a little air time today. Downward facing dog. Beautiful job, you guys. Let's just step, hop, or float through to seated pose. Go ahead and get yourself a drink. Why not? I'm just gonna face you. We're gonna take our stretches here. Whew, we made it. So go ahead and bring that left foot to the inside edge of that right thigh. We're gonna take the right hand and just wrap it around our left knee. Lift the left arm up. Keep your chest spiraling toward the sky so our shoulders stay stacked. That left arm reaches up and over. So you can reach for that foot if you have the flexibility, but you don't have to. Breathe into that side body space. Open up the rib cage, the armpit. Find that space between the hip and the rib cage and just breathe there. Keep that right foot flexed and engaged. And rise up to seated. We're just gonna turn our torso toward that right leg. Go ahead and fall forward over that right leg. Maybe a little twist into it like a Janu Sirsasana. Keep the length through the low back. Then rise up through center. And we're just gonna switch legs. So that right foot comes to the inside edge of your left thigh, inner thigh. Go ahead and take your left hand and wrap it around your right knee. Reach your left arm up and over. Open up the side body. Find your stretch. Nice conscious breath here. Rise up to seated. Turn your torso to face that left leg and just fall over that left leg. Soften the space between your brows. Soften your jaw. Rise up to seated. Bring the soles of your feet together. Just let your knees drop out to the sides. We're just going to fall forward over those butterfly legs. Nice stretch through the inner thighs. So our breath may not be as strong as it was through the flows, but still just as much focus on it, just as much awareness on the inhales and the exhales, in and out through the nose. Just keeping ourselves deep in this moment instead of allowing ourselves to start wandering, start thinking about the rest of the day. Instead, just be here for a few more moments. Sit up nice and tall, let your legs go long. Plant your hands behind you. A reverse table or reverse plank. You can keep the legs straight or bend, and then just start to lift the hips toward the sky. If you're in that reverse plank, press the soles of your feet into the floor. Lift through the heart, pull the shoulders open, open your throat. And then slowly lower down. Lift the arms up. Paschimottanasana, just a nice forward fold. Whatever you can reach for, go ahead and grab onto it. Just allow yourself to fall in. Your way to a nice conscious seat, any comfortable seat. Allow your eyes to close. I just want to share something with you before we go into that final resting pose. So nice comfortable seat, but aware. Soften the space again between your brows, your jaw. So this is kind of paraphrasing something a friend of mine said. She says, we are emotional beings. And at times, those emotions serve us well to avoid a threat or danger. Sit tall, close your eyes. But if they tend to linger after the threat is gone, we can find ourselves overwhelmed and swallowed up by anxiety. And since we don't know how this story we are creating will unfold, can we use our imaginations to dream of something bigger than it has been before? A world where we're more connected. What's the positive we can get out of this situation, right? So I want you to just come all the way onto your backs. Find that final resting pose. And give yourself permission to take up as much space as you need, connecting with the earth's energy.
And just take a moment just to rest. See if you can feel the gravity just kind of blanket you. Hopefully you've released the control of your breath, came back to that natural rhythm. Eyes closed, just melting into your mat for just another moment. If you're ready, find your way to a nice comfortable seat. Kind of dropping your hands in your lap or maybe onto your knees, arms or hands up, palms up. If you need to take in some energy, palms down. If you just need to be a little more grounded. Gently tuck your chin, close your eyes, trusting that this practice is always a place of clarity, a place that allows us to readjust the lens that we view our world through. Let this lens continue to widen to include the ones that we may have overlooked consciously or unconsciously. Take a deep breath in, circle your arms up overhead, gather all that awesome energy you created throughout this hour, and then exhale, seal it in, bring it right into your heart. The light in me honors and bows to that same light that shines in each one of you. I feel your presence here with me. Have a great rest of your Cinco de Mayo, maybe a real margarita later on. Namaste. Thanks, you guys.